These are really terrific people, and we've got a chance to deal with them a lot. All through the great years of Tony Bennett. Tony himself, of course, Ames on the drive will lay that in. But this is
first basket of the night, though.
First basket of the night, right? It's been coming from a lot of Eddie Lampkin, and various guys on the Syracuse team, and that's a good sign for them because JJ's going to get it going at some point.
Ames connects. That's Virginia's first three. Virginia's made their last 3 shots, but they've struggled to get stops. They get one there, right on cue. J.J. Ames turns it into 2.
I won't stop, Eddie Lampkin. Let's go.
10 of 11 from the field in his final game in the Dome. What a performance, 3 shy of a season high.
And I hope he gets it.
Good answer. Count it, plus the Tony Bennett,
it's not
right?
Just all Tony Bennett. Yeah.
I think losing Ryan Dunn and Reese Beekman hasn't been brought up enough this season. It's been just very easy, and I use the word lazy, to just go, oh, no, Tony Bennett. Yeah. It all fell apart defensively. I think even if Tony Bennett was there, it might have been better, but they still would have struggled defensively without Beekman and Dunn, who they...
Jackson. Virginia takes it away. Now, this is also going to be a clash of styles and tempo. Florida State wants to push. Virginia, they can push. Yeah, that's a shot that the folks in the NBA and the analytics people, they poo-poo. A lot of great players have made careers with that mid-range J.
Well, Virginia just looking for a combination.
What is that combination?
Well, the combination, you got to move the ball, and you got to get it inside that Florida State defense. And like I say, that's hard because they deny passing lanes. So somebody's got to be able to put it on the deck to get it past somebody.
Now, Ron Sanchez said for that he was looking at Day-Day Ames, who's got the ball and beats his man.
They always talked about that at halftime. Buchanan has to finish that one inside. When you get your big guy that close to the basket, he has got to finish for you.
And Jackson just picked up his 3rd. He goes to the bench. Day-Day Ames, the pretty turnaround. Ames, catch and shoot. Got it.
Turnovers.
Knowles on a 13-4 run. This one coming back the other way. Ames all the way. Beats Watkins, who didn't.
Tournament. Well, we've got a good one here in the ACC to help kick off March. Tied at 21 between Clemson and Virginia. The Tigers shooting 60% from the floor. They've made 6 of their last 7. And Virginia has cooled off. They've just made 3 of their last 10.
Now, Day-Day Ames is in the game now, and he's someone that can create his shot off the bounce. So if things break down, he can create for himself and others.
Shot clock down to 3. Ames heaves a triple and hits it. McNeely, Hunter all over him. Cross-court pass finds Murray. Has to heave it at the end of the shot clock. And another offensive rebound. That's 5 in this first half for the Cavaliers. Ames cashes in on the... And what a response from Clemson after that triple overtime loss to Georgia Tech. Difficult stretch of games, and they're about to make it 6 straight wins. And this second half effort.
Love to see him get himself going, stay aggressive, and continue to be a factor.
Ames knocks it down. 16 meetings. The first half, it looked like Virginia was in control. A 5-point halftime lead, but in this second half, Clemson hit a new gear. Ames lays it up and in. Cuts it to... Ames pulls up and knocks it down.
Also got to be up on the ball screen when McNeely has the basketball.
Hildreth that time did successfully get it to Reed. Ames spins his way free, lays it up and in. So
Virginia went to a zone that time, and Deeks had a good shot. I thought Hunter Sada should have stepped into that 3 and taken it instead of taking the mid-range jump shot.
Ames step back 3, drills it.
He's going to the man-to-man. Now you got to chase. You got to lock and trail and chase.
Virginia 9 of 18 from 3. Ames, knockdown jump.
Why are you settling?
He forced it there.
Done a great job of getting to the rim. Continue to attack. Now you got to guard. You got to sit down and guard again. Chase him off the screen.
Wake Forest has cut this Virginia lead to 2. The Cavaliers have ballooned it back to 7. Looking for more. Day-Day Ames. Got it.
Blank opportunity at the rim.
He only played 8 or 9 minutes in the first half. It was not because of foul trouble.
It was because of turnovers, and he's been led the ACC in turnovers in ACC play. And when you consider giving the basketball away when your team is scoring at such a high clip when they're getting shots, Hubert Davis going with R.J. Davis more at the point guard position.
Ames going to pull up pop and nails. He's got 11. 58-47. The freshman with 11 points and 3 for 3 from 3. Ames making a move, sticks in, and they call it
against the Blue Devils, but this costs a lot of teams against the Blue Devils.
Davis get creative, can't roll it in with that left hand. And now we'll see if Rhodey and company can creep a little bit closer here with 10 minutes to go. McThreely with it, 42% beyond that line.
Love that
nickname. Ames starting to heat up a little.
About Virginia. Once we used to always talk about defense first, and that's really been the struggle for the Hoos. They haven't been able to get those timely stops when they've been able to get buckets on the offensive end to cut into the lead.
Ames going to push off, no call there, and sinks the jumper.
Reference that play, Davis with the bump of the shoulder, right? It was the exact same thing that Day-Day Ames did on this end, but there was the ire of the crowd was drawn when it was the guy in orange doing it. No one said a word.
That's right.
When it was the one in the white and Carolina.
Fire it up and switch it in.
And it's almost a perfect closeout by Rhodey. However, not close enough. You have to be in continental space to force him to not be able to get the basketball above his shoulders, because once he does, there's a great chance it's going to go down.
Now Duke has now made at least 1 3 in 1,251 consecutive.
That's in mid-air.
Most of us are not familiar with that.
I know I don't have it.
You used to.
I'm not sure if I had that much core strength.
Well, it's now 50 dunks on the year, by the way. Duke's opponents in total have 34.
Up to 35 today with Blake Buchanan slamming the one home earlier. However, it's still a huge advantage model watch versus opposition.
Wow. Day-Day Ames, who's been pretty quiet, toe-to-toe and right around Proctor, but can't finish it. Rebound tapped high several times. A battle for that. Ames from the corner will launch and drains it.
Both of their jump and a clean block there. Maybe that can get some momentum built in Virginia's favor.
Day-Day Ames with a scoop at 2. Beyond that three-point line, and he has 12 points in this one.
Yeah, he's 4 for 4 from beyond the three-point arc, similar to what he did against Auburn when he made 6 threes in the first half, and which, of course, was a huge win for the Blue Devils. A.J. DeBonsta, Tyron Stokes, B.J. Edgecombe, Cam Scott, and Darion Reed, who's at Alabama. And, of course, they had a substitute. That group beat Jason Tatum, Bradley Beal, Paolo Banchero, Jet Howard, and Cam Whitmore. And so not only did they beat him once, they had to wait until the end to play him again and beat him a second time. And that's truly where...
Very early. Shoot, nice bounce pass, but he's able to recover off the tip and then missed an easy one inside. This is all UVA early on, leading by 9 and looking to extend it up top. Ames caught it, left hand. Got it. Rhodey. Virginia Tech needing some offense, and they turn it right over. Cavaliers 3-on-2 with numbers. Ames a left-hander for 3. Oh, my.
I don't even think they measured. We didn't even know what the vertical was back then.
So you played Darnell Griffin. What a rejection. They're going to call goal.
2 games, 0 of 7 from 3. And I'm thinking, why is he taking threes? You know, with what he can do athletically. But that's what's opened up for him in this game. And, you know, over his last stretch, you can get 8 and 5 and 15 minutes out of him. That's huge.
Hey, Virginia's got a lot to be excited about looking ahead. I mean, Ames right
Rhodey with a three-pointer. 7th made of the game for Virginia as they produce a turnover.
And that just a lack of concentration by George, just a careless pass.
So the lead is 6. It was as large as 9 in the first half for Virginia. Rhodey puts the head down against Terry. Shot clock is at 4. Stepping back, Ames. Ames hits a 3.
It's only his 3rd attempt on the year, and he has yet to hit one this season.
He's only got 1 made field goal for the freshman from St. Louis, Missouri. Ames stops and hits.
3s.
Shot clock is at 5 again. Sharma this time. It's too strong. Buchanan has it. Ames reloads.
I'll tell you what.
George tees up another 3. Kofi the rebound. $20 points for Isaac McNeely. Unselfishly into the corner for Ames. Closing in. 70 points scored. Since 2010, their record is 174-12 when they score 70 or more. Ames, that's 70.
Heartbreaking losses. Virginia losing by 1 point on Saturday on the road at Virginia Tech, and the Pitt Panthers losing by 2 against Wake Forest in a game they had a chance to win. Ames will give it up. Back outside beyond the three-point line. He'll launch one and knock it down. He can be in.
For the first, 7.5 minutes of this one, Virginia's just been much more energetic and quicker to the basketball, loose balls, etc.
And 4 turnovers for them, just 1 for Virginia. McNeely looking to keep it rolling. Ames will pull up and pop and drained it. Got a great look and something. 10 to shoot here for Pitt and for Leggett. Leggett will fire it up long range. And not there. The tough rebounded by Rhodey, 6'6" junior. And Virginia up on top 16-4 to 15-0 scoring run. And for Pitt, it's been over 6 minutes since they got on the board.
This defense is starting to remind you of the Virginia defense we've watched for the last 15 years under Tony Bennett. But You've got to give the guys a lot of credit for continuing to fight, even though things haven't gone well. But
winning streak. Cooper Flagg's been off the charts, 23 points per game in ACC play.
And Ishmael Leggett gets another field goal. Only the 3rd field goal for the Panthers, and 2 of them have been by Leggett in this game, attacking the painted area where we were expecting to see the Panthers guards in the paint all evening long. But Virginia's done a great job keeping them out.
Virginia certainly not looking like a 10 and 12 team.
They absolutely are not. But and that's one of the things their staff talked to us about today. These guys are fighting. They're just young and inexperienced, but they're still continuing to fight, learning each and every day. And now you're starting to see some of the fruits of their labor.
McNeely trying to penetrate and kick. Ames deep in the corner. Shot clock a factor now. Down to 3 as he lets it go and hits it.
And Day shoot free throws, only 4 of 7. But they'll take where they are offensively in this first half.
Only 10 points for Pitt. Now, one note about their foul shooting. They're one of the great foul shooting teams in the country. Pittsburgh makes 80%. And you're wondering how they get beat over the weekend, because the other guy went 20 for 22.
Yeah,
right?
Pitt set a school record of made free throws without a miss in the game. 20 for 20, but Wake Forest made 20 of 22. Another very good free throw shooting team. And Wake made 2 more threes as Dana Ames continues to cook.
2 here at the Pete.
But danger time now for Virginia. It's important to go into the halftime locker room with positive momentum.
Ames wants to drive it. Scoops it. Got another one.
And that's how you get it.
That whether it was a 3 or a 2 during the next dead ball. This one definitely a 3-point attempt, but it won't drop. Buchanan keeps it alive. Rhodey will swing it. Here's Day Ames with another one rattling in.
Trying to build some momentum.
Dunn with a pull-up pop from 3. And that clangs away.
That absolutely would have built momentum, but it ends up being a breakaway.
Wow. Quickly on the other end, Ames, no one has loosened up for them. And tonight is one of those games, frankly, they should be counting as a W.
Yeah, they should be counting as a W, but Virginia came in with different plans, and they have executed to perfection for the first 36 minutes of this game, but have to finish with the 4. Turnover there allows Leggett to get the easy bucket to make it a 14-point game.
Ames working on a 20-point game. Taking a little time off the clock. 9 to get a shot off here for Virginia. Rhodey back for Ames. Some quick work there with a basketball and knocks it down. Boy, he could.
That Virginia was in high spirits when they approached this game tonight.
In and out on the second. A battle for the rebound. Look at Buchanan
Look at
hitting
that.
the deck. And triggers it for Ames, and he will stuff it in.
Blake Buchanan made that.
Played on that very talented team at call the 6. Tossed away on the turnover. Poteet. Here goes Day-Day Ames, the scoop and score. Rhodey works toward the baseline all the way through, and they rattle off for him. Kofi will chase it down. 20 on the reset for the Cavaliers.
Rhodey just got going a little too quickly there, Wes. I think he expected more pressure than he got.
McNeely. Ames with 5 to shoot. Trying to take shoot on the drive. Fall away at the foul line. It is good. 6 for the game. And Virginia Tech back to a 7-point lead.
That really put the Cavalier defense in a bind. You double team on the inside, and that leaves Lowell all alone.
Ames working against Lowell. Baseline. Day-Day Ames up and under scores. Terrific drive. But the Hokies and Wahoos are settling in. Lowell will try another 3. Too strong. Rebound. McNeely ahead for Ames. He will take it on Hammond. The Euro and one. Wow. Played just better than 90 seconds of the Cavaliers and Hokies. And you see this Cavalier lineup, of course, that has Murray and Buchanan along with Kofi. Andrew Rhodey, who missed the game at Miami the other night, is at the table to check in for Virginia. Elijah Saunders will not play tonight for the Cavaliers. 7 to shoot for Ames. Step back 2 is good.
Absolutely
Yeah.
never. Stop shooting.
Never.
Stop shooting.
Stop shooting.
Was that telling me to shoot? No. I always had a motto. If I walked in the gym, I was open. So
That's a good motto to have.
there you go.
Here is Ames for 3. And puts it in.
And worry, because if they struggled in the past, this team would just let it go and they just would shut down. And defensively, that's just about competing in pride. And at some point, whether you're here or you're somewhere else, you got to show what you're about. And you often tell guys in situations like this, you're putting this on tape. This is about you as much as it is about Coach Courtney and his staff and everybody taking their shared responsibility as well.
Late in the clock for Ames. 1 to shoot. Step back jumper is good.
7 of their last 8 from the floor.
They're getting great ball movement and great player movement, really making the Virginia defense work very hard.
Ames winding down the drive and bucket for Day-Day Ames. His first points.
Anywhere except close to the basket, but he catches the ball nicely in there.
Yep.
That was a nice little lofted shot.
Out front, here's Day-Day Ames teeing up a lefty 3 that rattles in. 13.
Well, Davis only shoots about 25% from out there, but that's the way the game has gone for Notre Dame tonight.
Final minute to go. Ames, the lefty 3. 8 now for Day.
Brown tried to throw it away and instead he found a Cavalier. And Day
On the basket. Transfer from Colorado is a huge part of a very good Buffalo team a year ago. Louisville returned 2 points. 2 total points from the year, not points per game, 2 total. As Ames gets a wraparound. He's in great shape, so he's always in perpetual movement, and he's super confident. So he always believes he's going to make the next one. Ames Got to the rim, swirls it home. Nice finish by.
Issue for Virginia this year. That's one of the things that historically in Tony Bennett's time, they've never had an issue turning it over. But unfortunately this year, because of some issues with point guard play, injuries to Day, they're trying to find point guard time out of the committee at times. And they've struggled.
To 37 in the second half. They had 5 in double figures.
If you notice with SMU's defense, Samet is just playing, they call it drop coverage, Eric, where he plays in the paint on pick and rolls and he can clog the paint up. To use his 7'2" size, he's giving him really good minutes. And if you noticed on Traore there on the catch, out of the timeout, Virginia doubled him. I think that's going to be an adjustment now when the ball goes inside. They use the word red or monster, which is meaning 2 guys to the post double. They're going to start trapping the post man when he catches the ball. I think that's an adjustment that Virginia's made out of that timeout.
Ames playing well back in the starting.
I don't get it how he's such a... Yeah, it's kind of odd. 1 for 2. They'll get another possession and rattle in a 3. And he's able to see over the top of it at 7-1. Sellers swooping in, no. An encouraging defensive set there for Virginia. Sanchez wants him to push it a little bit, and Ames does just that and get...
Shoot the 3 well. Virginia's had a lot more success. They're at 38%. NC State in the low 30s.
And that allows Virginia to stay in the pack line defensively, not having to extend as much pressure on the outside when you have a team that doesn't shoot as well.
Nice job by Ames to keep that foot down to get the back.
Ready to play, and I like his role right now. He's very comfortable in that role, and he's making shots, so it's only going to help Virginia.
Murray now 4 of 13 on the year from three-point land. Who's with the basketball on top by 2.
The Americans switch it up to a soft 2-3 zone.
Ames into the paint.
Great move.
Puts it in. Together, fathers and daughters, whether you're rooting for American University or for the Virginia Cavaliers, we're so glad you're with us here. Along with Theo Pinson, I'm Doug Sherman.
Rebounds. They've made their free throws. They're 13 of 15 from the line. And their defense has limited Virginia much more in the second half than it did in the first. And this is the first show of zone out of the timeout.
Inside to Ames. He's got 27. 2 shy of a season high. Ames initiating. Ames not going to take the 3. What is happening here? Ames, the layup is good. Just 2-10.
Transferred over after being an All-Atlantic 10 performer the last 2 years at UMass. He's a good player. Ames, a left-hander, knocks it down.
Well, first of all, make them play defense deep into that shot clock. You know, Virginia playing much more of a 5 out. They'll play some 4 around 1. Part of the volume of 3s that they've taken and had to rely on is they have a hard time driving the basketball, and they don't really have a paint scorer.
There's a strong try left short by Alexis. Ames, jump stop. Day Ames with a finish. Ames again rattles it home.
All the way to the rim, but gosh, he had McNeely standing wide open at the top of the key.
Pocket picked. Here is Day Ames. He will go the distance and lay it home for UVA.
Very nice. The Kansas State shooting from long range, but he's a big, strong post guy, too, who can step out as that stretch 4.
And he's a Commonwealth kid. That Commonwealth, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. He's a Berkeley, Mass native who is in his sophomore campaign, home state product. How about this work down the lane? And sophomores surrounding him in the Holy Cross starting lineup.
Yeah, and he's just the guy to do it. Defensive player of the year, but he's an offensive threat, too. An undersized post guy who can guard any player on this team.
Hey, don't miss what Rhodey just did with the basketball to keep his balance.
He'll be.
Virginia with the basketball, having opened up a sizable advantage here as Ames, one of those transfers. The K-State transfer takes it. You know, you drew attention to the fact that Sharma came into the contest a moment ago alongside those transfers one of the freshmen Virginia has high expectations for so far this evening, and had a lot of good looks. You know, Saunders alongside McNeely, who we were talking about a moment ago, and Buchanan, who just had the block. They've been the three stable starters in the lineup for Coach Sanchez all 7 games now for UVA. It's been that trio providing the stability. Day-Day Ames has been the headliner so far in this one. And it'll go back his direction here. He'll drive the baseline. And Ames, well, there's a snapshot. Well, speaking of finding a way to make sure you drain him, Green has had no trouble with that today. He is 6 of 9. And that includes 4 of 6 from beyond the arc. Max Green, he was the standout player in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and he is traded.
Assistant at Virginia before leaving for Charlotte, and came back to be an assistant last year. No good from Wesley Robinson, who had the game-winning shot in that win against Army.
Manhattan's a team that has pretty good shooters.
Something to watch. They're not going to come out and press Buchanan. Ames, catch and release. Good, and all 3. Still early. Robinson's pass knocked down by McNeely.
One pass too many right there.
Ames, catch and release. Got it. Over the weekend at the Baha Mar in the Bahamas, lost to Tennessee and St. John's. Manhattan came in at 3-2. Winless, though, away from their home court. The 6'6" Rhodey, McNeely. Here are the Cavaliers working late into that shot clock, and Ames, the tough.
Buchanan short. It ricochets back to him. Ames left alone and knocks down the 3.
That inside arm initiates contact. The official standing right in front sees the whole play.
Call physical games like this Tylenol games. A lot of bumping and bruising.
What do you call that game? The first game we had. About talking about bumping and bruising.
Day-Day Ames, player of the year his senior season at Eastside Catholic High School in the Pacific Northwest.
It's a tough matchup. Lanier 6'5" and a lot quicker than Kofi. Just couldn't stay with him.
21 for Lanier. Tough bucket for Day-Day.
You see some players slipping now and then. It's not like there's condensation coming up through the floor because there's no ice under the floor like you see in some arenas.
They don't play hockey here in the Bahamas?
But there's a lot of humidity in the air.
Day-Day Ames.
St. Joe's prevails. Inside, scoring it is Buachi. He's on the board.
And a great pass, BA, from Dixon. But I like Buachi, his patience. He knows this team, Virginia, can block shots. Took his time and got the easy 2.
A couple of free throws. Now he's got a field goal. Villanova has been very disruptive on this side of the floor. They have come out with a sense of purpose here tonight, but a 3-pointer down.
You're down 9 here with 2:30. You want to be solid on defense, execute, make sure you secure the defensive possession by getting a rebound, and you want to at least get a look at the rim on the offensive end. You don't want to turn the ball over. Maybe chip away at this lead, try to get it to under 5 going into the half.
Virginia 2-0 on the young season. Villanova 2-2 as Ames on the drive. Ames, little shot fake, and he scores, and a foul.
Chris ball pass right there. Just could not execute.
Approaching the 5-minute mark. Virginia will take every inch of that shot clock.
Yeah, the clock is their friend. Great contest there. Closeout on McNeely by Dixon.
Day-Day Ames drives it. Ames stops, turns, the lefty scores. Nice.
And Cameron Brown, he's coming off of a game where he had just shot 1 for 4 from the field.
Starters for the Cavaliers, as we mentioned, Day-Day Ames is in there for Andrew Rhodey, who had 5 assists on opening night. Ames, the Kansas State transfer, making himself at home.
He has high expectations for him.
Yeah, Joe Pace, the other Eagle that played in the National Basketball Association, and you saw the note there with Coach Stewart becoming the first undrafted rookie to be on the All-NBA rookie team, which is very impressive in itself.
Certainly.
Day-Day Ames back in, started at point guard tonight on the fade.
On the backside, and Coppin State able to find some easy ones just off of miscommunications and breakdowns of UVA's defense.
There is a stoic look right now on the Coppin State bench. Like, all right, we're in this right now.
Like, guys, we got a chance. And I like it. Moving on the fly to the ball. Their defense is doing better. Again, the shot clock is running dark here.
Ames from the corner. Kaplunk.
I don't even think he recognizes that it's untucked.
He can make those decisions with the performance he's having this evening. O'Board Buchanan back to Ames on the pump fake. The runner is good.
I don't necessarily look my age, so sometimes, you know.
I love the confidence.
You know, well, listen, this is what people tell me.
Okay.
This isn't coming from me.
Okay.
Just what I've been told. So,
okay. So
I don't mind sharing.
Let me ask you this. As Day-Day Ames makes a three, what a